Have you heard of ChatGPT Shopping? I asked ChatGPT to help me find the best wireless microphone for filming my videos when I visit Japan. It took my budget, what I needed it for, compared a few different options, and eventually recommended one specific microphone. But there was a problem. At first, ChatGPT told me it cost 89 euros. Then I opened the products page and saw 79 euros. And when I asked ChatGPT to properly verify everything, it found it for 69 euros. So that got me wondering, how useful is ChatGPT Shopping actually? And more importantly, can you trust it enough to make a buying decision? If we haven't met, welcome to Learn Data Easy. I'm Charlene, I work in data and AI. And on this channel, I try to make AI, data and cloud easy to understand, without jargon and without stress. I wanted to make this a real test, so instead of searching for some random products, I chose something I actually need. I'm traveling to Japan, and I want a small wireless microphone that I can use to film Learn Data Easy videos while I'm there. I'll probably be filming outdoors quite a bit, and I might interview people too, so I need 2 transmitters rather than 1. I started quite broadly and just asked ChatGPT for microphones that would be good for filming YouTube videos while traveling. It gave me a short list and explained why each one might be a good option. Then I made things much more specific. I gave it 8 requirements. My budget was 150 euros. I wanted 2 transmitters, USB-C compatibility, something small enough to carry around in my handbag, something suitable for outdoor filming, good wind protection, delivery to Malta, which is where I live, and no subscription. Once I gave it all of that, it narrowed the options down to 5. The DJI Mic Mini 2 bundle was at the top. And this is where I think ChatGPT Shopping is genuinely useful. Instead of ticking filters across different websites, I could just explain what I needed in normal language. Next, I asked ChatGPT to compare the 3 best options properly. I wanted to see things that actually mattered to me. Price, whether I was getting 2 transmitters, USB-C compatibility, battery life, whether there was a charging case, wind protection, and whether I could actually get it delivered. And I gave it one extra instruction that I think is really important. I told it not to guess. If it couldn't verify something, I wanted it to actually say that it was unverified. The comparison itself was really clear. It also picked up on something that could easily get confusing with these microphones, which is that the mobile USB-C bundle isn't necessarily the same thing as the more expensive package with a camera receiver. But there were also a few things that it couldn't confirm, including some of the Malta delivery details, battery information, and wind protection. And I think that's worth paying attention to. Because when ChatGPT gives you a nice, polished comparison table, it can feel very definitive. But some of the information inside that table might still be uncertain. And then I changed the brief, so I told ChatGPT that I cared much more about audio quality and wind protection rather than I did about whether or not I had a really long transmission range. It reconsidered the options, but it still put DJI Mic Mini 2 first, with the Holyland Lark M2S pretty close behind. Then I made things a little bit harder, so I dropped my budget to under 100, and I still wanted 2 transmitters. And ChatGPT remembered that. I didn't have to start the whole search again or explain everything from scratch. I just changed one part of what I wanted and adjusted the recommendation around it. For me, this was probably the most useful part of the whole experience. You can keep refining what you want as you go, but of course, a recommendation is only useful if that product really exists at the price ChatGPT gives you, and if you can actually get it delivered. So I opened the product. I opened the DJI option ChatGPT had recommended, and the retailer page showed that the DJI Mic Mini 2 bundle with 2 transmitters, 1 mobile receiver, and a charging case. So then I opened the DJI option ChatGPT had recommended, and the retailer page showed the DJI Mic Mini 2 bundle with 2 transmitters, 1 mobile receiver, and a charging case. But the price on the page was €79, not the €89 that ChatGPT had originally shown me. The page was also showing delivery information for Marsa Scala and Malta. So at this point, the recommendations still looked pretty good. But there are quite a few versions and bundles of these microphones, and they don't all include exactly the same things. So I wanted to make sure ChatGPT was actually recommending the exact kit I thought I was looking at. And that's when I asked it to verify everything. And this is where things became a lot less certain. I asked ChatGPT to verify the price, exactly what was included, whether it was in stock for Malta, whether it could be delivered here, how much delivery would cost, and the return policy. It was able to confirm that the bundle had 2 transmitters, a USB-C mobile receiver, and a charging case. But when it came to Malta specifically, things weren't quite as clear. So it couldn't confirm current stock specifically for Malta, delivery to Malta was only partially verified, and it couldn't confirm the actual delivery cost at checkout. Then came the biggest correction. So ChatGPT basically told me not to rely on the €89 price it had originally given me, because it had now found the bundle on DJI's European site for €69. So during one shopping search, I had now been shown 3 different prices for what appeared to be the same bundle: €89, €79, and €69. Now, there could be a perfectly reasonable explanation for that. So regional pricing, promotions, or slightly different versions of the product. But ChatGPT hadn't actually established which of those prices applied to the exact kits that would be delivered to my address. And this is where I think you need to be careful. I would not use the price ChatGPT gives me as the final price before buying something. I'd still open the seller's website, check the exact variant, and go as far as the delivery screen before placing the order. There was one last thing I wanted to test. By this point, we'd gone backwards and forwards quite a lot. So I wanted to see whether ChatGPT had actually kept track of everything I originally asked for. I asked it to list every one of my original requirements and assess the recommendation using only 3 answers: yes, no, or unverified. And this was actually really useful. It gave me 6 yes answers, no confirmed failures, and 2 things that were still unverified. It confirmed that the microphone was within budget, had 2 transmitters, supported USB-C, was portable, was suitable for outdoor use, and didn't require a subscription. But good wind protection for that exact bundle was still unverified, and successful delivery to Malta was also still unverified, and those aren't small details for me. One of the main reasons I'm buying this microphone is to film outdoors in Japan, and obviously I need to be able to get the thing delivered to me in Malta in the first place. So this was a problem. The checklist made those gaps much easier to spot, so would I use ChatGPT Shopping again? Yes, but I'd use it as a research assistant and not as a final authority before I buy something. The biggest advantage is definitely the conversation. I could explain that I'm going to Japan, that I'll be filming outside, that I might interview people, what my budget is, where I live, and what matters most to me. Then I could change my mind halfway through and say, actually, forget the range. Audio quality and wind protection matter more. Or, actually, can we bring the budget below €100? and it just adjusted the search, and that is genuinely useful. Where it struggled was the final mile, so prices weren't always consistent, delivery information wasn't always complete. And with products that come in several similar looking bundles, you need to be very careful that the version ChatGPT is talking about is actually the version you're about to buy. So what was my final decision? Well, I'll be keeping DJI Mic Mini 2 on my shortlist. But before I order it, I'm going to personally check the exact bundle, whether the windscreens are included, the final price, and whether checkout actually accepts my Maltese address. ChatGPT helped me work out what I should investigate, but it didn't remove the need to investigate. And there's another side to ChatGPT Shopping that I want to look at next. If you're the business selling the product, how do you actually get your products to appear in results like these? And that's what I'll be looking in a future episode. If this has helped you understand what ChatGPT Shopping can and cannot do, please subscribe to Learn Data Easy. And let me know in the comments, would you trust ChatGPT to choose what you buy? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.